Alrighty, here we go.
Yeah, welcome back for game 2. CCYHA versus Penn's Elite. U12. First game was a 1-1 tie. As a quick recap, we had Kerrigan Kaslack had a good putback goal off a rebound that made it 1-0. And then Penn's Elite pulled their goalie with a minute and a half left, and a shot from the point right off the draw. Had eyes, went off a CCYHA player's skate and went in. It was just sort of a unlucky bounce for the Blue Jackets, but it is what it is. It was a 1-1 tie, and now we go to game 2.
Yeah, we looked good in the first game. I'd really love to create some offense early, get it going. Try to get an early one if you can. Get the momentum going your way and try to, put the other team away as fast as you can. Really work on offense. We did a good job of shutting down the middle last game, not letting them get a lot of shots. Hope to do the same this game, keep them off the goalie and really focus on playing good defense and then try to get some offense going.
Yeah, you're not lying. The girls' Blue Jackets did a great job eliminating the center of the ice, taking away easy shots and shooting lanes, and really disrupting the Penn's Elite players and keeping them to the outside. There was a lot of real hard angle shots from the Penn's girls, and we'd like to see that continue. So I want to say congratulations to the 14U, the Indy Fuel. So they took both games of that doubleheader. So that was fun to watch those games right before the girls played. So hopefully the video will be a little bit better, but it is what it is. The Wi-Fi here at Chiller Dublin is just awful, and there's no cell coverage whatsoever. So you can't even hotspot. Just kind of is what it is. We'll do our best to keep you in the game with the audio in lieu of good video coverage. If you didn't join us for game 1, we are down Tegan Schoenfeld. She's in Windsor with her sister in the Windsor Wild Tournament, 10U team. Other than that, we got full roster. So we got Cash, Cousineau, and Huber to start, and Freebird defensive pairing on the back end. And we're off. Penn's Elite going to take that into the defensive zone of the Blue Jackets. Frida stepping there. Forces a pass over to the near side. Behind the goal line there, now behind the goal, Penn's Elite player with it. Good job, Birdie there, get possession. She's gonna skate it out. Got Cousineau to her left, nope. Good stick lift from the Penn's Elite player, and she's coming back. Sight back, surveying. Good job, Molly, getting that out of the zone. Cash is gonna pick that up. She's got a Penn's Elite player on her hip. And they'll pick it up and skate it through the neutral zone. Chips by Ella Bruck, back behind the goal line. Frida, good job, picking that up. She chipped it out to the point, and then it was a block shot there by Cousineau. The puck goes out of play.
We're looking really good on defense. I like us keeping them to the outside, not letting them take it up the middle. Really good to keep the shots at bad angles.
There we got Lai, Park, and Albertson as your forward line. Ella Bruck, and I think that's Cachet. Yep. All right, first opportunity here for the Pens, and good glove save by Millie Stedienchik. This glove in the Midwest, I've heard. All right, got a face-off to Millie's right. Won by the Pens. A little D-to-D pass here, but unable to hold it, and Wren putting the pressure on. Is going to force a dump below the goal line. Jackets play it up, and it's thrown Ben by the Pens defensive player. Picked up by Cachet. He's going to cycle it up to Park. But it is deep again. Cachet sends it back and goes off a skate and into the center there. A good cleanup by Bruck, but it's again sent in. Penn's doing a good job on the forecheck here. Hemming in the Blue Jackets to start. This is kind of the Blue Jackets game they were playing. All right, Bruck's gonna skate it out, gets it over to Park. Albertson's on the left wing here. She's gonna be trying to win this race. She does, tried to center it, went off a skate, right past Lai. Squirts out, Cachet's gonna dump it back in. Good job, Sass coming in off the bench. Penn's elite player now taking it down the right side. Good job, Cachet, putting pressure on. LaRoche is going to swing that up to the point on the far side. Good job, Sass, getting that up to Kerrigan, K-Slack. And they're putting pressure on here. Beach just a step late, holding that in the zone. And Penn's will be on the breakout. A little bit of space here. Oh, that was fortunate. Beach and K-Slack now 2-on-1. Beach with it. Rips a shot, goes off the glove and behind the goal. Squirts out in front and cleaned up by the Penn's elite player. Out to LaRoche. LaRoche is going to send it in off the gate. Goes behind the goal line. Beach down there fighting for it. Comes back out to LaRoche. LaRoche sends it in. Blocked. Sass gets the puck back. Bounces up in the air. And it will go off a skate and go out into neutral ice here. Blue Jackets tag back up. LaRoche will send it back in. Comes. Blue Jackets. Way to stick with it.
Yeah, really good job coming across the mid, making the goalie move. Goalie falls forward, trying to make the best play she can, and beautiful backhand top bends.
Score first. So we got Cash, Cousineau, and Huber. Birdie and Bruck are on defense. Penn's player chips it by Birdie and into the defensive zone of the Jackets. Bruck will pick it up and cycle it behind the net here. Ooh, goes off a skate. Good job, Birdie, picking that up. Goes off another skate, and it's because it's off the Penn's player, there's no icing. Jackets on the forecheck here. Just under Molly's stick. And Penn's will be on the rush here. Oh, good job by Bruck picking that up. Huber now trying to get there in time. Reach. Bruck over to Cachet. Cachet up to Cousineau. It is sticked away. Finally, Cousineau gets it and throws it in deep. Comes out to LaRoche. LaRoche sends it in off a stick of the Penn's player. And it'll come into new ice again. Cachet with it. Over to LaRoche. LaRoche will send it in deep. And Jackets will do it again. Wren blazing in on the forecheck. Oh, chilled up there as the Penn's player cycled back. Penn's will break out. Good pass up from Penn's there. Cachet, though, good stick. Sends it up the Park. Held in by Penn's. Park and Lai over there fighting for it. It out. It's a rolling puck. Not sure. Yeah, that's going to be no icing. Comes back to LaRoche, who was skating in on it. Perfect timing. Albertson pressuring. Lai with it. Sends it in on goal. Oh, wow. Goalie kind of misplayed that a little bit. Comes back out. Penn's with some tired legs here, just need to get it out of the zone, and they do. Good job, LaRoche, using her body to protect the puck there and get position on it. Sends it up to Park. No icing. K-Slack now streaking in off the bench, off a line change. Here comes Sass. Sass with it, trying to get it over to K-Slack. Goes behind the goal here and behind the goal. Pens on to the point. Frida with it. Frida tried to hit a streaking Sass down the middle. Just went off her stick. Pens now coming through the neutral zone. Good defense from Birdie there. Forces it wide and back into neutral ice. Oh, Beach was trying to time up that interception and just went off her stick, but still the Jackets are able to get a hold of it and get it into the zone. Comes out to Frida. Frida's just going to dump it into the corner. Smart play. Jackets continuing the pressure. Pens get it out into the neutral zone. Good pass there. Frida, excellent defense using her skate. Prevented a pass. Now Beach with it. Sass on her right. Trying to turn the corner here on the Pens player. Backhand pass off the player's leg. Cousineau had a rebound shot, also saved. Pens will clear it. Blue Jackets will regroup here. Squirts back to Bruck. Bruck's going to send it over to Cash. Cash is going to skate with it. It's got Cousineau up and forward to her right. And we've got an offside.
We're looking really good, keeping a lot of pressure, keeping them in a defensive zone for the Pens, really making sure to get some shots off. Overall, pretty good.
Yeah, good start to this game for sure. Cash is going to take the draw there. It's going to go at least briefly into the offensive zone, but Pens will get it out. They will slap it in deep into the zone. Bruck will be first on it. Bruck battling for position on the puck there behind the goal line, skating it behind the goal. She's got some space here. See if she tries to skate it out all the way. She does. And no icing. Interesting. Good job, Huber, on the forecheck there. Cash with it now. Over to Huber. Huber's got a lane to shoot. Tried to get it to Cousineau and just couldn't get the shot off there. Ran into traffic. Cachet sends it back into the middle. Cash with another shot attempt blocked right in the slot there. Bouncing puck here comes across to the far side, picked up by a Pens player and skated behind the net. Cousineau putting the pressure on. LaRoche pinching in from defense, holds it in the zone. Cash putting the pressure on now. Pens skating it out. Good stick there from Cachet, but the Pens player absorbs that. Coast to coast. Shot, save. Good job from Billy, holding their position there, kind of just shadowing that player as they went across the front of the goal there.
Yeah, 2:13 left in the period. Got to get it down in their zone, you know. Get some momentum going as we go into the second.
Yeah, you got to watch. The Pens players have good speed, good skills. And they did a good job with some physicality. They're absorbing the physicality and holding the puck. All right, so Lai, Albertson, and Park are your forward line. Burdette and Frida, your defensive pairing. Picked it up now, cycling behind the net. Sends it forward off the ref's skate. Unfortunate break there, and it goes back deep again. He picks it back up. She's going to go to the near side point. Tried to get it to Wren, and couldn't quite get a stick on it. Now it'll, nope, still stayed in the zone. Good job from the Pens player to keep it in. Burdette fighting down in the corner there. You can't really see, just out of frame. It goes to the far side corner. Over to Lai. Lai's just trying to get it out of the zone. Does. Gets it over to Albertson. Albertson skating with it. And Penn's picked off that pass and are skating it back the other way. Good stick from Brock. Whoa, just couldn't find it there. Park still on, gets it out of the zone. He's going to chip it forward. Beach and Albertson with her. Goalie's going to cover it. So Park and Albertson will come off and complete the line change. You have Sass and Kaslak that'll come on to play forward with Beach. Brock and Shea will be your defensive pair. We got 56 seconds left here in the first. Beach will take this to the goalie's left. One by gets back to Brock. Brock fires, block shot from the Penn's player. That's Smarts. All right, Penn's skating it out. Trying to turn the corner here on Millie. Shot save. Good job, Millie, holding her ground there. So the 5-hole shot was attempted, but Millie up to the task. All right, one by the Penn, shot in, covered by Millie. So a little extra action for Millie this game already than last game. I think overall the offense has picked up for both teams. All right, one back to Brock. Brock skated and tried to chip it forward to Sass. Held up by the Pens there. Brock, though, exits the other direction with it and reverses course. Up to Kaslak. Kaslak over to Beach. Couldn't hold it, though. She cycles back and gets it, though. Does go back in the defensive zone as the buzzer sounds, and that'll be the end of the first period. 1-0 Jackets.
Not too bad. I mean, beautiful goal from Ava Beach, but shots are 6 on the Jackets and 6 for the Pens, so pretty even. Really got to work on our breakout there. They're holding us in the zone pretty long time, keeping us from getting a change. Just got to work on probably a chip out or floating it to the middle of the ice, but overall looks pretty good. Good job in the offensive zone, keeping it in. Probably try to work it to the middle a little bit more and to avoid those block shots. Really, they blocked probably 3 or 4 shots that period, just, you know, opportunities that could have gone another way if that guy wasn't there.
Yeah, I agree with you. Trying to get the breakout to use the center of the ice more. That seems to be the struggle that was keeping us in the zone, so we'll see if the coaches address that during the intermission here. Overall, though, I thought it more connected hockey than the last game started with, so, you know, we're shaking off that rust from the holiday break, you know, processing some wings or whatever they had in between games, chicken nuggets.
Yeah, definitely got to try to work them to the outside, get a little more used to being back on the ice, but hopefully they can produce a lot more offense here in this period as we go into the second. You're up 1, so you got to build on that, get a little bit of cushion, so that way you can, you know, let one in and not have to panic. Really good to keep the pressure on the Pens, though. Don't let them get anything for free.
Yeah, good job from Millie. Had it tested a couple times, probably 3 really good opportunities from the Pens, stopped by Millie. So good to see her get some action early. It's hard when you don't see the puck for a while as a goalie. All right, Jackets are going to throw that into the zone. Cousineau's on the forecheck here. Uses position to get it on their forehand. Now to the backhand, over to trying to hit Cash there and picked off by the Pens player. Harassed though by LaRoche and then Frida. Cash there blocking the centering attempt. Up to Huber. Huber trying to chip it around. It gets squirted towards the goalie, picked up by LaRoche. Cycles it back to the near side wall and then up and out. Got a puck race here. Cousineau putting the pressure on, followed by Huber. Cousineau just riding her opponent there, causes the turnover. Thrown up to Huber from Frida. A little check in the back there. Huber's okay. Pens pick it up in the corner of their defensive end and get it up to their wing, and they skate it out. Good breakout from the Pens there. Good job, LaRoche and Frida putting the clamp down on defense. Sent up to Cousineau. Cousineau chips it out. That is going to be ice. So we'll get a whistle.
Really good job there, keeping pressure on him, keeping him in the zone. The forecheck working really well against these people. They look good. Just got to be a little more locked down on D.
All right, line change for the Jackets. Lai, Park, and Albertson. Brock and Birdie on defense. All right, won by the Pens Elite. Shot in, rebound. Good job, Millie, there on the initial shot. Lai now chips it forward. Sent back in off of Brock. Brock chips it off the wall and out. This will be icing if it makes it, and it does.
All right, we got 10:05 left in the period. Plenty of time here to create some offense. Definitely look on creating a good breakout here, get it to the center, and get a rush going the other way.
All right, Lai takes the draw again. Ties up her opponent. Picked up by Albertson. Sends it forward. Pens pick it off, send it in. Wide of the goal. Park putting the pressure on. Lai now supporting. Brock ties up her person against the wall there, gets possession. Starts skating it out. She's got some space here. I think she's just going to skate with it. And she'll dump it in deep. Now Park will be first to pressure the puck. Forces a pass up to the wall, point. Birdie throws it back in, but picked up by the Pens player. Good breakout again from the Pens. Brock there puts a halt to that. Picked up then by Lai. Lai throws it to the near side wall. Birdie throws it up to Park. Park trying to get it out of the zone, but it gets sent back in. Now Lai sends it up to the blue line. Oh, good centering attempt from the Pens there. Shot went wide left, though. Centering attempt picked off by Brock. Brock sends it back to the corner. Pens still have it. They'll send it out to the point. Park now putting the pressure on. Goes way wide left. Brock and Lai converge to put a stop to that offensive play, and they get it out of the zone. That waved off icing, as picked up by the Pens player right before the line. Jackets with the line change there. Beach is on. LaRoche and Cachet on defense. Good back. And we got offsides. So 8:17 to go here in the second period. 1-0 Jackets. Another good battle here. Beach, Sass, and Caselak on offense. Defensive pair stays the same. LaRoche retreating behind her goal line to get that puck. Sends it up to Caselak. Caselak tried to chip it by her opponent, just couldn't get it through though. Goes back to Cachet. Cachet back to Kerrigan. To Beach, to Sass. Oh, just sticked away off of Sass. And that'll be offsides. That was a really good opportunity there from the Jackets, and the Pens Elite player, a really good stick there, right just past the blue line.
Yeah, definitely really good opportunity there. Probably try to get that deep if you can't make the play, but overall just got stumped by the defense.
Good job, Birdie, getting back, getting position, using her hustle there. Yeah, we ran off the ref. Helped out the Pens there a little bit. Right. Pass back to the point from the Pens. Pens sent it in. Good job, Frida there. Comes back out. Caselak's got it. Tried to get it over to Beach, but it was good. It was broken up by the Pens. Frida streaking in, tries to hold it in the zone, but Pens get it out. And they've got a 2-on-1 brewing. Off of the Pens skate. Oh, good move by Beach just to get some possession there. Cousineau putting the pressure on the Pens player now in the offensive zone. Sass following. Beach, puck just bounced right over her stick. Beach now backhand to Sass. Sass to Cousineau. Couldn't get the shot there. Beach with it now. No, I thought she had some daylight. Puck goes below the goal line. Sass now putting the pressure on. Good exit from the Pens. Burdette. Oh, no call. Everything's good. Frida and Beach battling for the puck. Now it comes out. Huber's in a foot race. She gets position, can't quite get a shot off. Looked like a little hooking there, but again, no call.
6:14 left. We're doing a really good job overall, just, playing well, good passing. As the Pens swap goalies here, they put in their backup.
2 goalies, who would have thought? Millie's wondering, how could you be so lucky to have a partner? But she's done great on her own. Pens skating it out. Good job as Cash tags up. Cousineau back in on the forecheck. Good effort. Battle continues there behind the goal line. Cash with it behind the goal. Tries to wrap around. It went off the stick and up and over the goal. Huber tried to get it to Cousineau, but Cousineau had just turned her back trying to get over to the slot area. Comes over to Bruck. Bruck to Cachet. Cachet sent it forward. Now Cash pokes it into the zone. Forecheck continues. In the unknown land behind the pole. Cachet sends in. Cash trying to get it on her forehand. She does. Tried to center it, but it was blocked. Comes out to Cachet. Cachet down to Cousineau. Centers. Oh! Cash just didn't see it. Pens now skating it out. Huber back checking. And Bruck supporting. Bruck with it. Over to Cash. Couldn't see what happened there, but Cash lost it and Pens are skating it out. Ooh, that was close to offsides, but no call. Good defense from LaRoche. The ref in the way again. Up to Lai. Albertson sends it in, but is sent right back out again. Ooh. Pens thought they had a chance there on the line change, but Bruck came over and got it. Pens with it now. Shot stick to side. Covered by Millie.
Some great defensive effort by Bruck there, just all over the ice, back and forth, blocking as many plays as she can. Yeah. Really good job just keeping them from getting any looks.
Yeah, good awareness from Bruck to see that player coming off the bench right in the perfect time for the Pens. But she put an end to that. LaRoche going to send it up to Park. Kind of went off a skate, I think, right into the center of the ice. Pens get it in towards the goal. Sent back from LaRoche back to Park. Now it is going to get into neutral ice. Frida tried to skate it out there, lost possession. Now Pens have it. They're going to try and get a shot up, but LaRoche put a stick on that before the shot could go off. Pens send it in deep behind the goal in the near side corner. Jackets get it into neutral ice. Pens trying to regroup. Pens player just held on to that stick from Lai and draws a penalty. So I think Lai will get the box for a hooking call. No, they called it on the Penn's player for holding the stick. Interesting.
I don't know. I feel like that's an interesting call.
It's a good break for the Jackets. We'll call it that way.
It definitely was a trip for sure. Tripped her, but she did hold on to the stick. I'd have got them both for it, but I'm not these guys.
All right, so the Jackets will be on their first power play of the day. So there's no penalties in the first game. Beach sends it back to Bruck, and it just comes out of the zone, so Bruck's going to have to lay here. Penn's player gets the puck, gets possession, is on the rush here, sends a shot wide right and below the goal. It goes around. Jackets will get it out. Now Beach has a step. She's got some room. She's going to try and cut in from the right here. Good save from the Penn's goalie. Beach tried a backhand there, coming across the front of the net. Penn's now in a 2-on-1. Cash coming back to support, gets the puck back. Jackets being very aggressive on the offense here. Just giving the Pens a little bit more opportunity here. All right. Jackets do get it out of their own zone. They're going to backhand it in. K-Slack first on the puck. Oh, she tried to get around the net there and send her to Sass, but it rolled off her stick. She sends it in. Sass tried to get a tip there. It just goes by the goalie. Beach with it, centered to Sass. Sticked away by the Pens player. Comes out to Cachet. Cachet sends it in. Off the leg pad. Under the goalie, backhand, score! Ava Beach scored it right between the goalie's legs. Beach.
Beautiful play. I mean,
I think Sass got the initial poke in and is just sitting there right behind the goalie.
Kenner got a good job rushing the net and, you know, those dirty goals.
That's the greasiest kind there, where the puck is just sitting there and nobody around.
Second goal of the game for Beach. One away from a hat trick, but you can't let that change the play.
All right, Cash is going to be on at center with Huber and Cousineau. LaRoche and Cachet as the defensive pair.
Go, Vinny, go, Vinny!
Battle continues here in the neutral zone. Pens do send it in. It was picked off by Cachet, sends it back to the point. Pens have it at the point here. They're going to get a shot off. Not sure if that made it through to Millie or not, but it went to the far side corner. Out to Cousineau. Gets it out of the zone. Huber now putting the pressure on a retreating Pens player. Good step there from LaRoche. LaRoche tries to get it up to Huber. Backhand from Cash into the offensive zone. Pens will be first on it. Huber pressuring. Cycled up to point, just gets by Cachet. Frida fresh on. Gonna pick it up with some speed. Sends it forward to Cash. Cash gets it out. Park now pressuring with Albertson. Good step there from Cachet. Sends it in. Again, Albertson pressuring. Now Park with it, gonna get a shot off. Stopped by the Pens goalie and covered.
Yeah, 11 seconds, so probably for a shot off the face-off here, try to get a little something right before the period ends. Really got to probably pinch in with your D, get them on close to the top of the circles and see what you can do.
One over to Park, bouncing puck. Pens, though, with it, skated out. 4 seconds to go here. Birdie, force him wide, goes behind the net, and that'll do it for the second period.
Look good. Ava Beach with another goal, up to 2. Really good this game. That's a good team goal there.
Yeah, nice to see the Jackets pay off the power play.
Oh, yeah. I mean, an interesting power play call, but
hey,
we got it. So.
You just you play how the refs call it, right?
Yep. really got to make sure we keep on the pressure. Game's not over. 12 minutes. Shots are 12 with the Jackets and 11 with the Penguins. So pretty even considering the score. But looks really good.
You know, the shots on goal really indicative of the game, the play of the game, right? It's been very balanced. And you can see the different styles of game. Like the Penguins really playing off the rush and getting their chances with speed, where the Jackets, more of that grindy team, using their size to their advantage. And it's paid off. They played their game, and it's working. So we'll see how this goes in the third period, if the Penguins change up their style at all, or if it's kind of more of the same.
Yeah, I mean, as a coach, you got to tell them to get some pressure going, but you can't let the other team get back in this game. 2-0 lead, that can change really quickly. You got Ava Beach out here for the starting face-off. I'd probably take her aside and let her know the hat trick will come if it comes, but you can't be looking for it. You can't, change your play to try to get that last goal. You gotta keep playing how you're playing and see if it comes to you or not.
Wise words from Mason. All right. Exciting here. We actually have a photography crew that has been taking pictures game one and in game two. So excited to see how those pictures will turn out. As this is, obviously a rivalry. Jackets and Pens, two premier programs in youth hockey. All right, Sass now battling for it. Pops back to Frida. Frida sends it forward, picked up by the the Pens. K-Slack battling for position there. Gets it back to Frida. Frida back to K-Slack. Sent in just off of the pad of the goalie. Beach was in position there. Just couldn't quite get a shot off. Pens trying to, they're pinned it up against the wall here. Pens behind their own net. They double back. Sass continuing to pressure. Gets possession. Tried to send it over to K-Slack. Now comes back to Frida. Frida sends it in. Over to Beach. Beach just wide right. This pole is right in my way, of course, as I'm trying to call this. All right, Beach continuing to pressure behind the goal line there. Sends it back up to Frida. Frida with D-to-D pass. Ooh, dangerous. The Pens player had read that, but couldn't quite get a stick on it. Burdette there, battling. Frida coming over to support. Gets it up ice, but the Pens are going to pick it up. Sass dispossesses the Pens player, and they had to retreat. Good pressure there from Sass. Frida now up out of the zone. Pens pick it up. Cousineau, a little bit of a check there, no call. Sass will come off. Hubert's now stepping on. Out with Cousineau, her normal wing partner. Good read by Frida there. Picks the puck off and gets it into the offensive zone. Great read from Frida. She'll get a well-deserved rest. Huber now putting the pressure on in the near side corner, Cash supporting. Cousineau now coming in. Cash continuing that battle. Cousineau again still supporting. Huber had dropped out into the slot area just in case, but came back in to help. Pens though exit with the puck. Good stick there from Ella Brock. Forces the Pens player to double back as they'd be in offsides, and they'll just take the offsides. So we'll see where the face-off is. Should be center ice at worst, but potentially in their zone. Not intentional offsides, apparently.
All right, 9:30 left in the period. Got to look for some more offense. Really got to keep the pressure up.
All right, Lai Albertson and Park. Lai ties up her opponent. Pens, though, are able to skate through it all and get the puck in the zone. Puck with it. Far side corner back up to Park. Park slings it into neutral zone. Lai pressuring. Continued battle here in the neutral zone. Pens go across ice. Cachet there, trying to disrupt it. Shot saved by Millie off her leg pad. Lai's going to throw it up to Ren Albertson. good positioning from Wren. She gets it out of the zone. Mila Park now putting the chase on. And they'll call icing. So we'll get a defensive zone face-off here with 8:42 to go in the third period. Jackets up 2-0.
I'd really try to look for a good breakout here, you know. You don't want to let them get much zone time, start to get momentum and get back in the game. You got to keep the pressure up, you know, punish their mistakes. Don't let them get away with anything for free.
Beach takes this draw just to Millie's left. Comes out to the point for the Penguins from the blue line there. They took a shot in. Jackets get it out though. K-Slack putting the pressure on. Good forecheck here.
Get to her, Ava.
Pens will get it out into the neutral zone. Sass was there, chips it back in. Pens trying to get it back out. Sass continuing to put that pressure on. Good physical play there. But Pens will get it out. And skated into the offensive zone there. Tried to turn the corner. Oh! Is that a goal? Millie? No goal. Wow. The initial feed was in from the corner, and it popped right over to a player who probably tried to backhand it in, and Millie just lunged across and covered it.
Really good save. Did it go in? Only the refs know, but...
Yeah, the ref there that is doing the face-off was in position, but that was a tough one to see because you got that like covering in the bottom of the netting there. So only Millie probably will ever know. But no goal is the call. I don't think the Pens coaches agree, but not much they can do about it. Again, off to Millie's left. Beach will take the draw. Defensive shot from the Pens goes wide. Boy, that's how they scored last time, last game. Jackets get it into neutral ice here. Over to K-Slack, just scored it under a stick. Pens will skate it into the offensive zone. Down the right-hand side here. But it is turned around by K-Slack. It is shot back in. LaRoche picks it up. She's going to backhand it up to K-Slack. K-Slack's trying to get it past the blue line there, but it goes back in. Pens now with some space, takes a shot, goes just high. Jackets hemmed in their zone here. Definitely momentum to the Pens. Picked up by Frida. She's going to try and skate it out. Does. K-Slack's just going to send it into the offensive end and get a shift change. Good time on this shift change. Cash will come on with Huber and Cousineau. Burnett and Bruck will be your defensive pairing. Pens now, fortunate on this breakaway attempt. Try to backhand. Millie saves with a leg pad. Good job there. Cousineau getting it out of the zone. It'll be an offsides.
I mean,
that was a really fortunate. It was a clearing attempt from the Pens. It just became a stretch pass. Pens player picked it up and got a breakaway attempt. Tried back, shot it down. Cash takes the draw back to Bruck. Burdett's going to throw it to the near side wall, gets it out. A little bit of a check there on Cousineau. No call. Pens player with it. Out to neutral zone. No icing here as the Jackets had touched that. So up to Huber. Huber with some space over to Cousineau. Good pass. Cousineau using her body to protect the puck there. Skates it into the offensive zone. Tried to centering pass, went off a stick and went behind the net. Pens have it now. Huber pressured back. Back to Cachet. Cachet sends it in deep. Huber back on the forecheck. Cousineau waiting for the pass up the wall. Never makes it there, and Huber sends it back in. But will just chip it out. Picked up by LaRoche. LaRoche puts the brakes on. D-to-D pass, or not D-to-D, it's over to Cash. Cash up to Cousineau. Right behind the pole here. We've got a battle against the boards. Pens will exit with it. And they will, again, just chip it out. Cachet now in a race for it. Penn's player did a good job of just getting something on net there. Sticked away by Millie. Penn's with it in the far side half wall, sends it in deep. Lie now on. Sends it back up to the point where Cousineau's there. Cousineau chips it out of the zone. Cousineau and Huber are going to come off while Lie puts pressure on the forecheck. Albertson now on with Park. Cachet and LaRoche. Penn's player just kind of skating through everybody. Shot on goal. Save Millie. And the foul up. Shot goes up and over the goal. Park picks it up. Penn sent it in from the point. Goes to the near side corner. Wren retreats in to try and get that. Sent back in. I'm not sure what happened there, if that was offsides or... We'll
I
get
don't
a whistle.
know, but we need this whistle. Gotta turn it around. They're definitely picking it up. Oh, with a penalty on 91. For what? I don't know.
Yeah, that happened in an area of the ice. It's behind this pole here. You couldn't really see what was happening, but...
well, she is definitely upsetty spaghetti about that.
It would appear she does not agree with the call, which is not surprising.
Hopefully we can use this penalty to regain some momentum.
Yeah, the Pens have definitely had the momentum. The ice is definitely tilted in their favor here at the end of the third. Well, Penn's player doing a good job of putting the pressure on, skating in the offensive zone here. Frida, awesome back check there. Birdie now prevents the wraparound attempt. Kaslack with it. She's going to try and get it over Beach. Just sticked away by a Penn's player. Penn player, a lot of desperation here. 3:55 to go. Jackets still on the power play. As Beach cycles it around to Sass. Sass gets it out of the zone. Continues to put the pressure on. Beach now picks it up. Oh, it just went out of the zone. She would have had a good opportunity there.
3 left with 40 seconds on the penalty. Gotta get it deep in their zone. Gotta use this opportunity to, try to put the nail in the coffin, get a little goal. Potentially a pulled goalie. If I'm the coach, I'm pulling the goalie when the penalty's over, but we'll see what he does.
All right, Cash, Cousineau, and Huber. Cachet and Brock as your defensive pair. Brock's going to backhand that. No icing towards the goalie. Goalie just put the stick or allowed her player to pick it up. Goes into neutral zone. Cousineau with it, with speed. Takes it in the corner. Try to backhand feed. Glove save.
All right, 15 seconds on the penalty. 3-11 on the clock. I would probably drop a D back to cover that because they're down, so they're going to be looking for a scoring chance. Coach probably letting them know, throw it up off the boards and to the person coming out of the box.
All right, one back to Brock. Brock sends it in, bouncing puck, covered by the Pens goalie. So yeah, 9 seconds left here. You're right, that's the most dangerous player on ice is in the box right now. Jacket's got to keep an eye on it. Cachet would be the closest one. She would be the one that would drop back most likely. Brock sends it in. Huber now battling in the corner. Penalty over. Penn's player comes in. Oh, the little extracurriculars. No calls. Cachet sends it in. Those are getting physical here towards the end of the game. Comes back to Cachet. Cachet sends it in. Block shot. Penn's now with it. They get it into the neutral ice. Get a step, but good back check from Cousineau. Sent out of the zone. And Pens will send it deep. They're on the forward check. Brock will pick it up. Cycles it up to Cousineau. Cousineau back to Bruck. Bruck skating with it. She's got the red line. And gets it in the offensive zone, but the Pens pick it up. Wren now on, puts the pressure on and forces a bad pass. LaRoche also stepping. Sends it back towards the offensive zone for the Jackets. The Pens have it though. A little miscommunication by the Pens. It goes to the far side wall. Park going to send it towards the offensive end. Jackets be on the forecheck with 1:30 left here. Pens cycle it behind their own net. To the near side half wall, and they get it out of the zone to Frida. Frida regroups and circles back into the offensive zone. One-handed, gets it deep behind the goal. Lyle cover her up. Frida tried to center that to Wren, but it was picked up by a Pens player. And they'll send it forward. LaRoche with it. Off the wall, up to Park. Park sends it around into neutral ice. Pens player with some speed, makes it move. Good stick there from LaRoche. Second opportunity, and they fire it in right over the leg pad, and they get a goal with a minute left.
Yeah, I mean, they pulled the goalie for that one. 6 people on the ice. Definitely had an advantage. Unlucky. Left her kind of open there. She had a good shot, but there's still a minute left. You can't assume this is over. Gotta keep playing. Last thing you want is to blow a 2-0 lead with less than a minute left. So gotta make sure you get it deep. Empty net. You can't just assume that a full one's gonna go in. Definitely want to work on defense first and then empty net later.
All right, Beach will take the draw here at center ice as there is no goalie still for the Pens as they play with 6 skaters. All right, they get a good opportunity here again. Good save by Millie as a backhand attempt is stopped.
Really good block there.
The Pens should just play with 6 players all the time.
Yeah.
They've gotten more offense with the goalie pulled than they've had with 2 full games of 5-on-5.
Yeah, 40 seconds left. Got to get it out.
All right, goes behind the goal. Birdie putting the pressure on Pens. Pens center it. Still behind the goal here. Birdie chips it forward to Kaslack. Kaslack tries to get out of the zone and does. Pass. They're cycling back. Sass now has it behind the goal line. Beach helping put the pressure on. Still behind the goal line. 15 seconds left. Pens had to circle back behind their own goal line. They're going to run out of time here. There's 7 seconds. They try a stretch pass, and that's going to be icing with 2 seconds left.
All right, 1.8 on the clock. It's basically game. Putting their goalie back in because last thing you want is to stretch the lead. I mean, the only thing that could happen with leaving the empty net is a goal on you, so good play putting the goalie in. Here we go with the face-off. Probably just take a shot. Leaving Ava Beach in to see if she can get that hat trick is pretty cool.
She'll tie up her opponent here. Nope, she wins it clean back to Cachet, who sends it in. Save from the Pens goalie, and that'll do it. 2-1 victory for the girls.
Feels really good to get that. We look good, even game there. Good job holding on at the end there. And overall, we come out with the victory.
Yeah, 2 great games. Both opponents rated almost identical. And Jackets and Pens tying game 1. Jackets take game 2, 2-1. So, as expected, great hockey. Really close matchup.
If you had to pick your 3 stars for the game, who's it going to be?
Well, you got to pick Millie as the number 1. And then you'd have to have Beach as number 2, getting the 2 goals. But, boy, how do you pick number 3? Maybe the whole defense?
I feel like you got to go with Ella Bruck there for showing up all over the ice, offense, defense, carrying it out, keeping it in, all over, playing really well all around, covering for people. And I feel like she stood out on defense. Maybe Mackenzie Cash for creating a lot of offense, getting it in deep. But overall, I feel like he had a good analysis.
All right, well, great game. Thanks for joining us, Mason, and I hope you and your team do well next week. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. I don't know if we've got games next week, but check the schedule, check your family members, and we'll see you next time.
Later.